the computer.
Okay.
So thank you very much once again. So the situation in the market right now is that a lot of people do not know is that we have more good deals in the market than before. This is because houses are staying longer in the market, and if you really want to sell, you have to lower your price a little bit in order to be able to sell on time. So it's a kind of a buyer's market, not fully 100% buyer's market, but buyers in the current market have more leverage over the seller. Take for instance, there's a property we bought 397. I'm going to share my screen now. Share screen. Let me know when you see my screen, please.
Okay.
Okay. So this property, 397 Windflower, was bought about 2 weeks ago. Look at the sale price. Can you see the sale price? I highlighted it.
Okay, 483.
43,000. So yeah. The house is 1,606 square foot. It's located in the Bridgewater. You can see my name as the agent that sold the property. So it sold for 483. Let's see 6 months ago, how much were this property sold? This one, getting access to, to the property, what I mean is that you can only do the garage of this kind of property in the back, not in the front of the house. The side-by-side about 6 months ago was sold more than 500,000. And this one has is better than side-by-side. It's a whole house on its own, standing on its own, in the same neighborhood. So let's see what were sold 6 months ago. Let me start with one here. So this is the same type of property in the same neighborhood, Bridgewater Lakes, 231 Bellflower. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was sold for 565,000 in May. That was about 8 months ago. Last year.
Yeah.
Another one was sold for 550. Also in May last year, 550.
Okay.
The same property. This one is 1,644. The one that we sold recently 2 weeks ago was 1,604. So the same property in the same neighborhood. This one was sold for it was sold in June 2022, was sold for 575. Same property. This one is even smaller than the one we sold. This one is 1,400 and something square foot. The one we sold for 483 is 1,600 and something. It's still comparable anyway. So these are comparable property that was sold 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Now, and see the one we got 2 weeks ago for 483. Now, the beauty of this is, let's go to the mortgage calculator right now. We can see the difference of 60,000, 70,000 difference in those. Let's go to the mortgage calculator. So if I put 5% down on this property that was sold 2 weeks ago, the mortgage is going to be 458,850. If the interest rate, the current interest rate is, people are getting a 4.9, 5 point something. I put 5.25. So the owner today is going to be paying 2,734 monthly. However, let's say the interest rate in the market was better than this. Let's say 3.25, which is still fair. Is going to be paying 2,231. So When I calculated the difference, it's 503. So let's say the interest rate were to be what we are used to. The person is going to be paying more, 500 every month. If a person is able to get fixed rate for 2 years, which he actually got anyway. So right now you can get a fixed rate of 1 or 2 years. It means that because what we are expecting right now is that the interest rate this year is not going to come down this year. The interest rate will never come down this year. However, by next year, we are hoping that the interest rate will start to come down. So if one is able to take a mortgage and get 2 years fixed mortgage, it means after 2 years, whatever rate that is available then, you can take advantage of it. You can get a lower rate that is available then. So in 2 years, what is the difference? That is about 12,000. It means you are going to pay more, 12,000. Are you getting my analysis at all?
Yeah.
So if the interest rate were to be 3 point something, you will pay every month 2,231. But now that is about 5 point something, 5.25, you're going to pay 2,734. That is 503 every month. So in other words, if you pay that for 2 years, that is a difference of about 12,000.
Yeah.
However, look at the deal that you get in the current market. Compare with what was sold in 6 months ago, 7 months ago. So what that tells us is that when people scale away in this current market, only very few that are bold will take advantage of the deal in the market. However, in 1-2 years, when interest rate will be getting back to what we are used to, what will happen again? A lot of people will come back to the market. And do you think then that this kind of deal will be available? Mr. Jacob?
Looking at the law of demand and supply.
Yes.
So the more demand, right? The more just using that concept, yeah, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah. So people that take advantage of the current market right now, they are in for good, because that deal, the current deal in the market is not going to be available again, as at the time a lot of people are coming back realizing, oh, now I can buy. I think the interest rate is good. What I tell people at this time is that whatever that is approved for you, let's buy a property for that value. If I think as your realtor that we should be able to get more money, we go to other mortgage person and say maybe we can get additional 50,000 than what Bank A or Bank C approved for us. Then we'll do that, because in 2 years' time you must have paid your mortgage down a little bit, your principal, and then it will also be helpful that, I mean, possibly the market, I mean, your property has even appreciated a little bit. So this is to draw a lot of people's attention to what they do not know in the current market.
Yeah, no, that makes point. Yeah, it makes sense again, because if I can understand what you're trying to say, since now the interest rate is a little bit high, people are scared.
Yes.
So, and the property may be less because there is more supply and less demand, right?
Less demand. Thank you.
Yeah. So then by the time the interest rate is low, there is going to be more demand, and that supply too may be a little bit limited.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So I can, and what I'm able to understand here, looking at, because there is one concept that you use, like having a fixed, let's say 2 years, since the interest is not going to be low, we are not expecting it to be low. Yeah. So if it is fixed, at least you have already budgeted how much you are going to pay. Maybe in 2 years, that principal interest, if I can get it,
yes,
you be able to pay some amount of money, at least that will reduce whatever the total amount, you know?
Yes, you pay down your principal in the next 2 years.
Next 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. You know, one thing I also want you to note is the difference. If you get a deal now, a property less for 50,000 less, 30,000 less, 40,000 less, 50,000 less.
Yeah.
Calculate how much you are going to pay for the time being that this interest rate is going to be high. The extra, for example, for this person that I bought for, who is a family friend, is 500 every month. And 500 every month for the next 2 years is 12,000.
Yeah.
And he got a deal of about 60,000 less.
Okay, see, that's huge.
So that is huge. So, I mean, a lot of people do not know that. See, compare 43,000, the same kind of property that was got a few months earlier.
Yeah.
This one was got for 580,000. Same property in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
This one was got for 575 in June, 6 months ago. Same neighborhood. This one was got for 550. Same neighborhood. Bridgewaters.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you compare apple to apple in that regard, you see that it makes sense for a few people that realize what I'm showing right now, to decide that, oh, this is the time for me to buy. Because when others are rushing back to the market, I may not be able to get this kind of deal that I'm getting now.
Yeah. So like generally, okay, maybe let me put it this way. You like this type of building, let's say, okay, it's ordinarily without interest or no interest. You know, maybe how much does it cost generally? Like, is it 4,000, maybe 400,000 or 500,000?
No, it will still cost the same amount of money. For example, if you want to build this kind of house today,
okay,
the builder can ask you to go and bring 500 and something to build it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Even with the current market.
Even with the current market. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay, now assuming now you get a pre-approval of, because you are targeting this type of building. I'm just using it as an example. You are targeting.
It might not be this kind of building that you want. This is just an example for our data.
Yeah, I'm still using. Yeah,
okay.
I'm still using that your data. Yeah, just to make my point. So now, assuming this is the house, maybe it costs 500.
Okay.
Ordinarily. So now, and you have only 350.
Okay.
So in that situation, so it can be this building or not, but at least your target is 500, because you need a standard that you need, no matter how the house is, should not be less than 500. That is your first initial budget. And now you are given approval of 350. So what do you do?
So this is what we do.
Yeah.
We look at the broker or the bank that gave you that. I'll be able to assess you if I throw a few questions to you and you're able to answer me. I'll be able to say, okay, I think you should be able to get maybe 40,000 more or 50,000 more to make it 400. Then I will refer you to another bank, and then they are going to reassess you. What I advise people is that when you want to go for a pre-approval, you can do it in 2 or 3 places at the same time, so that when they assess your credit at that time, it counted as one, because the credit bureau assume that you are shopping around for a deal, and whatever done on your credit at that point in time is counted as just only one transaction. So if I feel that you are able to get more money, I can introduce you to another person that will help to do that. But if I think that that is the mark they can give you at that point, then we go for the kind of house for that 350 house. I just got for another family who got a property for 329 just 2 weeks ago. And actually not up to 2 weeks now, because it's December 27. We wrote the offer to December 27. And we got approved this the next day. So this is just about a week or after that. It's a family. It's a 3-bedroom in Riverview, of River Heights, up Pembina, Cranswood area. Very nice property, newly renovated. People that renovated the property felt they wanted to flip it. They actually bought for 310, according to the realtor selling the listing agent. He told me that the person that sold it to them felt that they should be able to sell for 400 after renovation. They did new kitchen, another bathroom. So we have 2 new bathrooms. The flooring, they changed the shingles. Everything is brown inside the house of 1950. However, they are not able to sell for the price they are hoping to sell. So right now they are selling at a loss to my client.
Okay.
So the market change in the process of they buying, renovating and wanting to sell, but the market change. So now, but it's just a property of 329, and it's good. It's okay for a family of 4. Instead of them say, oh, we want to wait till everything is going to be okay. In 2 years, they must have paid their mortgage down. In 2 years, the property must have appreciated a little bit instead of still be renting at that time.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So using that as an example, now to be more specific, now coming to my own situation. Yeah, I just want to be more specific.
No, let me stop the recording now, coming to your situation, because I will not be able to share that.
Okay.